are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
We are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Court. And once again, it is the Barnes, Tony, and Riley show. How you gentlemen doing today?
We're doing pretty well today. Stoked for hockey, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Stoked to talk some baseball. I know we have Monday Night Football to get through, too. I'm stoked for that as well. But I'm pumped to be here. Great day, dude. Let's go.
Yeah, a lot to talk about here. Hockey, baseball, a shitty Monday night game, but pumped up.
Brian wants the music, dude.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just had to do it. Just to get everybody in the mindset.
You want to get in there, dude.
We're only 2 days away from the New York Rangers taking
Dude,
the ice.
Thursday, let's fucking go.
But we got
tonight.
3 hockey games today, 5:30, 8:30, and 10:30, if I'm not mistaken.
You're correct.
On ESPN.
Yeah,
let's start with
dude.
the comments. What do we got?
Of course, dude. We have Kev Dew coming in early and often. He says, let's go. What's good, my people? He says, we want the smoke. You need to really play your position. He says, hashtag rep the company, hashtag rep TDV. I said it, the Raiders win, hashtag Raiders Nation. TV fans, go kick rocks. TV fans?
TV fans go, meaning maybe not true fans?
Oh, yeah.
Raiders, like those people wearing the
Who
costumes
just-
at the game last night. Like,
that's
are they
right.
really fans? Do they
No,
even know where they are?
probably
Are they just
not,
dressing up for
dude.
Halloween early? Like, what's going on?
Probably, dude. And Josh B, he's dressing up early. He says, let's go. Packers miss.
AR8.
AR8.
So do we.
So do we. 3 more days. The golf. Rep the company.
Jay in costume.
Jay's going to be in costume at the golf course?
Yeah.
Really, dude?
Yeah.
Matthew, hyped to be here. He says, oh, yes. He says, what up? But then he says, Riley, the hat. Gotta lose it. Look at you. Rangers, baby. Let's go. He's pumped for it. I know. And then Matt Ryan.
Matthew Ryan.
Also in the house. So I was wrong. Zach is worse than Jimmy G, dude.
Wow.
So,
wow.
I mean, I don't know, dude.
A lot to digest, a lot to get to.
digest, dude.
One story I actually just saw, and I think you guys will find this funny, as well as everybody else is here. But you know how just, I don't know, I guess just generally speaking, we talk a lot about just random people, how like crazy they are, nonsensical, rude. Like, you know how we've just generally had that conversation over the last couple of years. So, and I'm going to preface this by saying I honestly wasn't offended, but it's just a point. So Norwalk LA Fitness yesterday.
Oh boy.
And I've been going there, on and off because I go to Stanford a lot. We'll mix in Trumbull and Stratford sometimes, but been going there. I don't know. Let's call it 8 years or so. And there's this one chief who's been going there like the last 5-6 years. Talked to him many times in the sauna. He kind of feels like he's the master of the sauna. He talks to every single person that's in there. He always sprays that scent on the machine, and just is like very loud and just all about him and how great his routine is and all this stuff, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
So I get in there, and it's like I guess he talks everyone's ear off. So he just forgets he forgets who he talks to.
Oh, what he says, repeat stories.
Right. And it's like, bro, I've talked to you, I don't know, 20, 30 times. I know it's been a little while, but it's like, we've talked before. And he just acted like it was the first time we've ever talked. And he's like, man, I saw you going on that elliptical out there.
Oh my God.
You were really flying. I mean, boy, if one of those like screws came loose, that machine and you would go right through the wall. And then he goes, but I mean, at the same time, I mean, it's not like you could have any extra dessert. I know it's calories in, calories out.
Wait, really? He said that?
Yeah, literally said it just like that. And it's just like, I was talking about it with John last night, but people just like don't understand that. And it's like, I don't think this guy understands. And yes, for an older person, like better shape or whatever, but What if he's talking to somebody who has like a really bad anger problem? Like they could have just choked him out after saying that. Like luckily he said it to the right person, but it's just the point. Like I don't even know you, and then like you're just gonna like compliment me, but at the end, I mean, what the hell is that, right? Like if it was you, like just hypothetically, Tony, what would have been your response to that?
I probably would have like just laughed it off.
Like just look, that's what I did. Or no look.
I it definitely would have been like a long pause.
Yeah,
like one of those pauses. And I guess I suppose it depends on what day this guy caught me, but I probably wouldn't be fighting this guy in the sauna though.
I honestly, the first thing I expected you to say, just because we get on like themes in terms of stuff that you say. I thought you were gonna say, well, I mean, that was a little out of pocket.
Yeah, out of pocket, dude. Yeah.
And like I said, I mean, it's not like he wasn't like speaking the truth, but it's just like you don't even know me and like you're comfortable going there. And like, what if I said some offending comment to you? Would you like it?
You should say something about it. Yeah.
No, it's like, no, imagine if I was just like, you've like been coming here for like 10 years. You talk everybody's ear off. You think I don't remember you?
Yeah. And he's old. You go, like, good, you're working out now. You may not have many years left, like one of those.
So I just had to share that. But hey, I mean, at least the first part started off good, so that I'm absolutely, the machine is gonna go flying in the air. So I mean, at least it made me feel like, wow. I mean, at least he's noticing it.
Do you ever get scared with that shit though?
No, honestly, that's never crossed my mind. And I don't think that's possible, honestly. Like, I understand, like, what he's saying, but at the same time, it's like the base is not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, no, yeah. You're, if anything, like, you may, like, fall off, but it's not going to be,
like I'm not, it's relaxed, like, in the wall. I don't know. It's 15 feet away. Like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go flying right into the wall. Like, no, that's not going to happen.
Josh B, what a gym punk, he says.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
And even Matthew Ryan there, rude comment in support. I mean, obviously the fellow Zach Wilson hater.
No, Matthew Ryan will come to your defense. He will fight that guy. Oh man.
Oh, that was good. That was definitely good.
Yeah.
So, just wanted to mention that your mother checks in and says hello. Good to have her with us.
Yes.
But a lot to get to, our NHL preview. But let's start in the world of the National Football League.
He wants Jefferson, climbs the ladder. Oh my goodness! Justin Jefferson, the catch of his life.
Burrow fires, intercepted, picked off at a pick six. Mako Fitzpatrick, an absolute ball hawk.
Niners twist up front and get to Tagovailoa. Bosa again.
Mahomes escaping, on the move, stops, spins, flips it forward for the touchdown.
Stop it.
Aaron Jones. Oh, what a tackle. Quincy Williams with a pile driver.
All right. So we had the last game of week 5 last night between the Green Bay Packers and Las Vegas Raiders. And the Raiders holding on here 17-13 to pick up their second victory of the season, first since that opening game against Denver. And Jimmy Garoppolo in his return, played okay, 22 of 31, 208. Did have a bad interception, but did throw a touchdown pass. Josh Jacobs had, a couple decent runs, still low on the yards per carry, 20 for 69 yards. And Jacoby Myers actually led the team in receiving, 7 catches, 75 yards with his first touchdown since week 1. Devontae Adams, a quiet night against his former team, 4 catches, 45 yards. On the Green Bay side of things, they were without Aaron Jones, something that, he was questionable going into this game. And we know he's a big part of this offense, but at the same time, I mean, I don't think it in any way lets Jordan Love off the hook here. 16 of 30 passing, 3 interceptions, a lot of bad interceptions that were head scratchers. How about a QBR of 13.2?
Yikes.
That's Zach Wilson territory. And that's just not going to get the job done for Green Bay.
Yeah, that's funny.
Christian Watson led the way, 3 receptions, 91 yards. And then Dylan on the ground was okay. 20 carries, 76 yards, and a score. But I look at this and I think this is a very disappointing loss for Green Bay. I think Aaron Jones or not, you should be able to beat the Raiders. And specifically
Yeah.
when they gave you the ball back there, with all you needed was a touchdown to win the game. And we'll, take a step back here and kind of go through the synopsis of the scoring. Wasn't much scoring to begin with. Kind of a few punts back and forth. Green Bay able to go on an extended 8-play, 75-yard drive, almost 4 minutes off the clock. And then Daniel Carlson, the kicker for the Raiders, his brother Anders, who was taken over for longtime Green Bay kicker Mason Crosby, had a 37-yard field goal to make it 3-0. That was the only scoring of the first quarter. Second quarter, still no scoring more than halfway through, but just with a little over 4 minutes left, Jacoby Myers catching a 9-yard pass from Jimmy Garoppolo, an extended 14-play, 62-yard drive, got the ground game going with Jacobs. And all night, I did notice Garoppolo really looking for Myers. For whatever reason, didn't seem to have that comfort level with Devontae Adams. Daniel Carlson, later in the second quarter, added a 26-yard field goal after a turnover, a Jordan Love interception, to make it 10-3. Third quarter, a couple punts to start, and then A.J. Dillon, a 5-yard touchdown run, 8 plays, 37 yards, tying the game at 10. And then Carlson, again, a 22-yard field goal, so 13-10 going into the fourth quarter. But the Raiders, just a couple seconds into the fourth quarter, get a Josh Jacobs touchdown, another long drive, 10 plays, 75 yards. So we've seen, the Raiders struggle to run the ball these first 4 games of the year, but really made an emphasis of it last night. So that gave them a 17-13 lead. There were a few punts exchanged, and then a very questionable call by Josh McDaniels, end of the game here. They had a 4th and 2. Needing a first down to, ice the game. Packers, low on timeouts or out of timeouts. And he decides to kick a 53-yard field goal, which ends up going off the right upright, which very surprised. Carlson, known as, one of the better kickers in the league, but 52 yards, no good. So that gives Green Bay a shot to win this game, which was, really a blessing for them. But unfortunately, not able to capitalize. Love, throws a few passes. They get down to the 35-yard line with 44 seconds left. But Love, under duress, throws one deep for Christian Watson, and it's picked off, and that was the end of the game. So the Raiders escape here 17-13. So to get a much needed win. Honestly, my first thought after this game ended was that neither of these teams are sniffing the playoffs. I think
neither of these teams
the execution, McDaniels, I think despite the win is a terrible head coach. And then Garoppolo, I don't, I've always thought, he's pretty good. The track record as a starter, but how do you not find Devontae Adams more? And why are you it just seemed like he was only looking for Jacoby Myers. I
did mention that during the broadcast. I don't what's the deal?
I guess they just don't have good chemistry. And also too, I think it was Marcus Spears before the game was saying, they really went wrong, when they got rid of Derek Carr in the first place, which, I don't think, I think Garoppolo is better, but I could see what they were saying just from a leadership standpoint. Plus the fact Devontae Adams is the face of that franchise, and, you're going to make him unhappy. He came there to play with Derek Carr. Get it from that respect. But I just, in the offensive line, for whatever reason, just cannot run block. They're all healthy. They have their 5 starters. But they just cannot do a good job run blocking. I know, they did a little better job, but at the end of the day, Jacobs, is under 3 yards a carry. That's got to change. And then on the Packers side of things, they opened up with a couple wins, have dropped a couple in a row now. I think, you see the arm talent with Jordan Love. He can scramble. But I guess it's just his decision making is just not there. This seemed like it should have been a lot easier win for the Packers, especially the fact too they had struggled to run the ball going to this one, and they did a good job, or a decent job with A.J. Dillon in this one. But those interceptions will just kill you.
Yeah, dude, 3 interceptions. That's a good way to lose your game. And I feel like I know you were kind of talking about their offensive line too, Green Bay. I mean, Love only got sacked twice. He was able, he had enough time to either get the ball out quick or to be mobile, out of the pocket. Like it wasn't like a total catastrophe where they weren't picking up blitzes and there was men coming untouched through. Like they did a good job blocking him, but like you said, Jordan Love's decisions. I mean, I just feel like totally subpar here. And I mean, I know I'm not one to really blame one single person on a loss, but I mean, 3 interceptions, that cannot happen in one game. That's not good, dude.
Bad interceptions too. The first one looked like he was throwing it to the guy, like his teammate. He threw it right into the linebacker's hands. Second one was an awful decision. And then the third one, he had Watson open to win the game, didn't read it in time, and then threw a jump ball that was way underthrown.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, the decision making from him, the arm talent, like you said, is there. He can sling the ball. He can get out of the pocket. He can make plays with his legs. But, I mean, and yes, of course, he's young in his career. He's only 6 games into starting. Maybe that decision making can change, but the win now attitude there, I don't think is going to happen if that decisions keep you making.
No. And this is a big year for Jordan Love. He has to establish himself. That's for sure. And I'm sure it'll get easier with Aaron Jones, I would say conceivably back, next week. But I just saw that like he just like did not feel comfortable throwing anything other than a check down. Everything was a check down. And then late in the game, desperation time, then he's hucking it up there and throwing interceptions. I think he'll improve, but I just think, I think we all kind of, probably overrated the Packers a little bit after those first couple games. I think easily the Lions, should, you would think now would run away with it.
Yeah. And just to go back on Love a little bit too, I mean, even when he made the right decision, some of his balls were just not put in the right place.
No.
Child.
Tony
always is. Come on, man. Some of his balls weren't put in the right place.
But you're always like looking for it, Tony. That's
I'm not looking for it. That was my natural reaction.
You never
no. Stop it. That was a natural reaction. I couldn't help it. Riley doesn't know anything.
No, the only thing I would say, Tony, is I get what you're saying. Yes, it's hard to think about that. But at the same time, you knew what he meant. Yeah. So, like, did you really need to think about it that way? I don't know.
Did I need to? I don't know. It was just a reaction, dude. Okay? My initial reaction, I didn't even think twice about it. It just happened. All right?
Yeah.
And I will say,
oh, God.
I mean, you could have said, like, that his passes were not put correct.
Yeah, but
like,
ball
passes.
is a football word. Like, that's a bad ball.
I mean, Tony, to quote you,
bad throw?
I'd argue that was a little out of pocket. Honestly,
stop it. That's ridiculous. Are you just like obsessed with the out of pocket thing now?
We get caught up on phrases. That goes back a long time,
dude. Speaking of phrases, because I noticed the comments here, Lonnie and Jay are talking about it.
RG3 with the F-bomb.
Yeah, dude.
Hilarious.
I did not see that, but I figured I just brought it up on Twitter. Here we go. So let's play it.
Jackson needs to be better. He needs to do this. The real question we need to ask is he getting enough out of the guys around him on offense? Before we start talking about his contract, he's out there fighting for his fudging life, man. I don't know what more the guy can do.
Oh, he did say fudging.
He does that a lot.
Yeah, but it's like
he's kind of corny on TV.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like, listen, I mean, just either say it or don't say it at all. But at the same time, I have to say, I do think he does a good job. I enjoy listening to him.
He is good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but that was
I think so too. I guess so.
Ball.
But Jay's worried about the children. Lonnie, the kids are watching. I don't get it, dude. I don't think it's that bad.
No.
Also, Lonnie, he goes, my son B Riley #swag. The school hoodie is a nice go with the trash Boston hat. Are you trying to say Sacred Heart's trash, dude? Like
no, he said I think
Boston hat.
But he's saying it goes well with the trash
yeah.
hat. So like, why would a Sacred Heart hoodie go well with the trash hat? Doesn't make any sense. Although that's a cheap looking hoodie.
All right.
It's not trash, dude.
All right.
I mean, geez, shots fired all over the place.
Well, I mean, like when I got
so shut the fuck up, Tony.
Yeah. When I brought my Sacred Heart hoodie, it was the nice like stitched one, with the actual like a patch.
Oh, I got this one. I think in the library. So not the library, the bookstore.
Fucking God.
It's the same thing, dude.
That's not.
It's the same exact thing.
You know what's interesting? Dude. I see Derek Ho checking in here. Jay saying hi, Derek. could we get something else from you, Derek? You know what I mean? It's always hi there, hi.
Yeah. Jay
Could-
says
could-
hi too.
Can we
to Derek.
elaborate? Who are you? Where are you?
Yeah.
How'd you find us? We'd love to hear.
What's the significance of the corner of
Yeah, the
2013?
corner. Yeah, 2013. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
All right.
I want to know
So-
what that photo is. The group photo looks like some type of corner. You know?
Yeah, maybe Sacred Heart, Tony's fan club
I
potentially.
don't know, dude.
Going back to 2013.
Joni.
Come on.
What else we got here? Sorry, I'm just going through some comments. Barnes is a phrase snatcher. Ooh,
Wow,
out of pocket, dude.
a little out of pocket.
And I do want to go up to Jay Bird also says synopsis, big SAT word. Bet Barnes got a 1600. That's very funny.
I can
SAT
tell you,
score?
I did not get a 1600.
Neither did I, dude. Jay Bird says Mr. Blows. Anyone?
No, but you're gonna make some reference. It's all about lasting longer. Yeah, come on. That was out of pocket right there.
Well, I'm not working the audio board today.
I saw you giving the signal.
Yeah. Lonnie says, wow, Tony cheap looking hoodies. Whoa. And then he says it means that the hoodie is nice and matches the hat, but the hat sucks because
Yeah.
it's Boston. He's saying swag talk. I thought Riley would know. Guess
No,
not.
I knew.
Yeah, he knew.
I knew you meant. Tony tried to force something else on me. I knew.
Tony, come on.
And then Matt Ryan says AVT out for season.
Yes. Elijah Vera Tucker. I guess
That is tough,
Achilles,
dude.
right?
Yeah, so they say. He's
Um,
gonna start Simeon, but dude, stop it.
I mean,
Stop it.
It's
Just
I
stop.
like Dobbs. It is interesting.
Yeah, anything's interesting, okay, dude. Me starting would be interesting.
I
Would it not
just
be?
listen.
It would.
I just think you know what I mean. Like, go get it this week. Go take it home. This is a season changer. This week, 425 against the Eagles. Go make history. You know, go do it right now
Like, let's
At
fucking go.
MetLife?
right now.
at MetLife. Yeah,
We're having
That might
another
be
second,
the Nance Romo game of the week.
Let's go.
Maybe.
How'd you think about Buck and Aikman last night?
in regards to
Just their broadcasts. And...
I like them. Why? I'm guessing you
All right,
have
dude,
some issue.
Well, yeah, because I was watching the game, alone last night, so I had time to do research and stuff because I'm watching the pregame show, countdown. Scott Van Pelt. I don't even know.
He's
like,
so good.
I don't know what happened to him though, but he unexpectedly lost his voice. So
That's it
oh,
was
so
a
they
lost
bring
voice.
in
Okay.
Michelle Buck,
Buck
whatever.
Happens
Yeah.
like once a week.
Yeah. And she is like, again, like I didn't know much history. All I know is that she was the cheerleader for the Broncos. It's really all I knew about her, to be honest. And I never seen her do any really on-air stuff. Like here and there, I've seen glimpses and clips, whatever. But I don't know, dude. I think she handled the countdown show quite poorly.
Wait, what? Wait, that girl is
the blonde
Joe
woman.
Buck's-
Yeah.
yeah.
Wait,
That's Joe Buck's
Scott
wife.
Van Pelt was supposed to do. I
Yeah.
tuned in late. I didn't watch the pregame.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
been
yeah.
hosting this year.
So he's
I
been
was,
hosting.
Yeah, I was wondering
Also-
at halftime who that woman was. That's Joe Buck's wife.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
But also, no fastest 3 minutes with Boomer at halftime.
Yeah, what was that about? I
I
don't
was
know.
like looking forward to
Like,
watching that.
What?
Boomer and the night off, maybe.
And
I
like
don't
hearing
know.
the music. you know?
Yeah, dude.
Does she do on? Is she like? I've never.
No,
seen
no. So I started doing some research on her, and she did do on-air stuff. She worked for like the Speed Network back in the day. Did some odd, some random shit for like CBS, Fox, FS1, whatever, all throughout her career. Obviously, after being a cheerleader for the Broncos, she kind of pivoted, whatever. I guess met Buck. What did they get married? Like 2014.
Yes,
20, whatever.
2014. And then I was talking about
The illusion
he
to
was,
divorce.
Yeah, he was on the
dude.
Manning cast. And I'm trying to think. It was either last season or the season before, and he was like saying how he was like,
Mhm.
I don't know, on vacation by himself, and then made some reference like, oh well, she's got a nice house eventually, when she wants to part ways or something. Like, and
What the fuck?
I think Buck has some dry humor, so
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
guessing that's what he
Yeah.
meant. But then she even during the pregame last
Yeah.
night was like, this is a rare opportunity to be in the same place at the same time. And listen, like I know, like I'm sure Yanni,
Yeah.
thinks that we're always ripping on the announcers. The
No,
one thing
Yanni
I'll just say, okay, like if you're the host of a pregame show,
Yeah.
I don't know, there's usually just a little more like warmness, and I wasn't
yeah.
feeling that.
She was a little cold.
Yeah.
And like her interactions with the Manning brothers was kind of cringeworthy, dude.
I missed that part, actually.
It's always tough because they're fucking in their houses.
Right.
And
right.
so like she's probably looking at a small monitor or whatever of
Yep.
what they're looking or what they're saying. And then like what they say is delayed back to her.
Right.
As I'm getting a phone call here.
How about her interview with Jack Eichel? That was awkward.
Yeah, that was
also awkward because sorry. I would have to like not answer this phone call for a second.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
assuming it's someone calling to the show. But we're busy right now talking about the broadcast. Dude.
Interesting.
Maybe I'll call back.
Is it Yanni?
I don't know. It says Newark. It
Newark.
could be fucking Matthew Ryan
Or Hot Take Johnny. Haven't
Hot
heard
Take
from him.
Johnny. I
Haven't heard
know,
from him.
dude. I'm trying to. I can do some research, but dude,
Text him your name.
dude, the interview. Oh, it's Matthew Ryan. Matthew Ryan.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. It's me. He says. Dude, she's like. It seems like she didn't even know who Jack Eichel was or like what hockey really was. Like,
No, and then she asked some question
About the Patriots.
dude, she asked him about the fucking Patriots, bro.
That's
While
what
wearing
it
a
was.
Raiders.
Yeah. And while he's sitting there with a
Well,
Raiders
he's a
hat.
huge Pats fan.
And then he like asked. I'm pretty sure like she asked him about the fucking Sabres too,
Right.
like the team he came from.
Yeah.
So like obviously like they didn't leave on good terms, bro. Like he had the neck injury. They wouldn't do the surgery. Like it wasn't great. So clearly like, she didn't know, dude.
Shout
like,
out her though.
What?
She did her best.
No, she did do her best. I mean, dude, like you're talking incredibly hard job, probably very last minute choice too. I would imagine because Scott Van Pelt, like they literally said yesterday, unexpectedly lost his voice.
And it is
That happens
odd.
a lot,
I mean,
too.
I guess I don't really watch like pre and post anymore, but that much anyway. But I don't remember ever seeing her on ESPN. And I guess she's been working there for a while.
That's why at first I was kind of tight because I'm like, did they just bring her on because it's fucking like Buck's wife?
Yeah.
But she does seem to have some credentials, dude.
In
Yes.
her bio, her Instagram bio, it says ESPN Monday Night Football feature reporter. So she
Yeah,
must
so
have
she
been
probably
doing
does.
Yeah,
this
she must
for
have
a
done
while.
features. Yeah. Which is fun. Yeah.
It is crazy. Like I guess like I don't know. I used to like, and I guess this is just a changing thing, you know, especially with social media and stuff. But I feel like I used to be so big on pre and post, and it's like I literally very rarely watch it.
I watch it still.
I try to watch it. If
Like I
can.
used to be big NFL Today, and I loved Sunday Night Countdown or
What'd you just say?
Countdown. I did say Countdown, but I guess it's Sunday. Yes, Sunday NFL
dude.
Countdown. Wait, you think I said Countdown? I didn't say
I think
that.
you did. Dude.
No, it's you're always looking for it, Tony.
Right.
But
You want to roll back?
oh my god,
We don't have to roll.
it
back.
was a
It's okay.
count. I said it like that.
Count. Count Dracula.
But cunts. But I didn't say cunt though. It was cunts, right or no?
RG3 over here. Dude.
RG3. But all I'm
can't-
saying is, tell me though, back in the day, with Chris Berman hosting, with Mike Ditka, with Michael Irvin,
Those are the good though.
Yeah.
Those were Michael
Chris
Irvin
Carter,
is great, dude. Oh
like,
yeah,
and
yeah.
he got jacked up. Like when they used to have that segment, like
Well,
that
I mean,
was awesome.
even now, like I don't like how they go on site everywhere now. Like they used to do this the regular Sunday night show
Mhm.
was like Tony Dungy, Tirico, or no
Rodney
Dan Patrick.
Harrison.
It was
Oh,
Dan
yeah,
and
Patrick.
Rodney Harrison.
Oh
yeah.
my god, Dan
Patrick was
dude.
great.
Dan
on
Patrick
it.
was great.
Then they brought in Tirico for a little bit, and then they
Right.
brought like Drew Brees. Now it's Jason Garrett,
And
and like,
Jason Garrett.
it's just like kind of unwatchable
Yeah.
on Sunday. But I still watch them because like it does get you. Like I'll sit there with my friends, like I'll go on my phone, just have it in the background because it gets you a little bit pumped up into the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and it's a shame because I used to think by far NBC had the best broadcast, but now
Yeah.
with I don't know, I don't like I like Tirico, and I guess I never liked Collinsworth, but he was tolerable
love
because he was with
Collinsworth.
Michaels. But with Tirico, I don't know. It's like bring back Gruden.
I think
Yeah.
Collins is one of
Oh.
those announcers though where he's like kind of bad that I just love him. Like the stupid things he says, his little slide in, he slides into the booth.
Yeah.
like-
yeah.
It's like a cult following kind of.
But I feel and I guess in a way he almost is like Gruden because he always just like goes nuts about one
Oh.
guy. Like it's unbelievable what he's
Yeah.
doing out there.
yeah, the game the other day when he was like,
Oh.
the guy kept lining up wrong on the line, and he got really angry over that.
One of my favorite things that Gruden used to do
Oh, he's the best.
is he always used to like when he was talking about a player, he'd always say what team they used to play for. The most common thing he would say was
Right.
the former New York Jet. And then he's talking about, like, this is about so many different players, but they had him out wide, then they had him in the backfield, then they had him playing defense, then he's returning kicks. He would always like break it down like that. It was the best.
That was the best Monday night. Tirico.
It's such a shame that because I don't know. I feel like Tirico without him just doesn't have it.
What did Thursday night used to be before it went to Amazon Prime?
It used to be Fox. And then before that, it was NBC, and before that was CBS. So all three.
I
of them
think
had
the
him.
Prime
And NFL Network
duo
before that.
is one of the worst duo. And I love Kirk Herbstreit. He's great for college football. I think him with Al Michaels, they just don't.
You don't think they mesh?
I don't think they mesh. I don't know.
Interesting.
I also think Al Michaels is like, go retire, dude. You're done. Like,
Wow. Dude, we talked about this.
I still like him, but one thing that is odd, and I noticed that Kirk does this on the college broadcast, but when someone else is talking, you look at his face and he's like looking at them and he has like the weirdest facial expression.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen it. He's like,
Really? Oh my God.
he's like literally like this.
I also think he's a way more knowledgeable about the college game. So the college broadcast, he's like way more into it. He's using the telestrator way more with, I think it's, who does he do it with?
Chris Fowler.
And
I was gonna,
who's good too.
And they've done ESPN broadcasts before.
With him, yeah.
And I just now like they don't put them together like Kirk doesn't do them for NFL. But it's like, yeah, the two of them should just have stuck together to do that.
Honestly, they're
Prime.
good together. They were great. They called a great game on Saturday. A lot of good games last Saturday.
Oh wow, Ryan McNeil says Buck and Aikman best in the game.
I mean, they are really good. Honestly, I
still
get it
think
with
Nance-
Buck. I understand, but just it is a professional broadcast. They
It
know
is.
what they're saying.
They do know what they're doing.
Nance
but
and Romo still take the
even
cake.
Nance and Romo do take cake for me, and it's just dude, the top of the show yesterday was not clean. Literally, like, Bucky's just like, oh, we got this game going on, and I got Troy Aikman next to me.
They're kind of too buddy.
Hello, like that, like.
No, and then Joe, like it wasn't funny, but no, Troy, because Troy said, "Oh, I'm rooting for the Rangers, like the Texas Rangers," and he's like,
Yeah.
"I'll give you $100 if you could name 4 players." And he goes, "Well, yeah, I used to work Octobers without you, Joe. Whatever happened to that?"
Yeah.
Joe used to call the World Series.
And then Joe said he's like, we're not doing that for a long time. Like he pretty much canceled any people thought he was going to go back to baseball. He said last night he's not going.
But it's
That's
odd though
crazy.
because not that long ago he said that he could see it though. So it is weird.
Why
that
did he
did
leave
that.
baseball?
Well, because he went to ESPN,
Right.
and I don't know if they even offered him the baseball
Oh.
position. We obviously know they could use it.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
But Fox has the like NLDS, NLCS.
Yeah.
Right. And then the World
Joe Davis
Series,
is
which
good,
I was
too.
surprised that he wanted to give it the World Series because he started in baseball, but I don't know.
I like
think
Joe Davis.
I think what it was is he's making the same as he was with Fox, and he just has to call football.
Yeah.
And at one point,
At
he had to
his
call
age,
golf
too,
and stuff. And he's only 54, which is crazy too. He started so young.
That's
because
crazy.
of his dad.
Yeah.
Right.
We actually have a lot of comments about on-air talent. Lonnie says he fucking hates Jason Garrett. Get him off my fucking TV. Jeez, Lonnie.
Yeah, it's funny too because you don't hear that from Lonnie, but of course it's the
Yanni.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Oh, yeah, true,
And then
true,
failed
true.
offensive coordinator with the
Jason
Giants. So
Garrett,
it's
yeah.
a double negative.
Yeah.
For
He
Yanni.
isn't that great. Also, Lonnie Al Michaels equals here we go.
Here
LOL.
we go.
Dude. Matt Ryan, love Tiki Baba.
Tiki's so ripped. I don't. He doesn't bring anything to the
Oh,
broadcast.
how do you feel about Lonnie saying Mr. Eagle?
Give me Iron Eagle every day. I think Iron Eagle is
Ooh.
good. I
Yes.
used to go back to
With
listening to him
Charles
do the
Davis,
Nets games.
But
back in
Ryan
the day.
McNeil claps back, says that he is like Bob Costas know how to shut the fuck up.
Bob Costas is the worst, though.
Bob
honestly.
Costas is the worst.
I'm guessing he's on the call for the playoffs right now.
Yeah, he's calling
Yeah.
the Dodgers Diamondbacks.
I'm
series
sure
at
the
10 o'clock.
Dodgers fans
It
are
puts you to
so
bed.
tight.
I put it on at like 10:30.
Oh, the
Put
history
you to
lesson with the
sleep,
Dodgers.
yeah.
Was he
I'm
doing
sure.
it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, big time. The Diamondbacks won the game last night, and he talked in like the lowest tone. They went up 2-0 to go home. He's like,
Dude.
and the Diamondbacks go up 2-0 to go home.
It's so obvious
1
who
o'clock
he
in the
roots for,
morning.
too, dude. Like, you're a fucking asshole.
Nobody, but again, because I'm sure you think back to the Dodger roots, he's
Mhm.
probably rooting. Actually, yeah, that wouldn't make sense though. Yeah, because he wouldn't openly. That's weird that he would be rooting for.
How
the
about
Diamondbacks.
how about some Gus Johnson on some late night football? Or some,
I've always
I
liked
love
Gus
Gus
Johnson.
Johnson.
At the tournament, I feel like better than football is the tournament. I miss him doing the tournament.
maybe
NCAA?
Yeah.
Mm.
No, yeah, the tournament sucks. He was the best at it.
Yeah.
Why did he leave that? They just didn't put him on.
Yeah, they just made that decision.
wow.
Breaking news.
Breaking news
from Jay.
Jets looking to trade McCole
should.
Hardman.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're not going to play him, you could get some draft capital.
Yeah.
Why not? It's just annoying. What are you going to trade him back to Kansas City, and then he's going to end up making the Pro Bowl?
Yeah, that's exactly
Probably,
right.
yeah, exactly.
Jets looking at options for little used McCole. Why don't they just use him?
It's a practice. It has to be. It has to be a playbook practice.
Film study.
Yeah, work ethic.
Yeah, there's something wrong with him.
Yeah.
Well, he probably. I can guarantee once A-Rod went down, he was probably like, I don't feel like playing Zach Wilson. Probably.
Possible replacement for AVT? Question mark. That's a good look right there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who's out there. I mean, it's so tough with offensive linemen.
We looked
really
at we looked at it upcoming into the season. I mean, there's really weren't many like guys out there.
No, I mean, and he's a tackle, but like I know Brian Balaga, who played with Rodgers in Green Bay.
Balaga. Well, he was hurt to start the season, no?
I don't know if you're thinking of Bakhtiari.
Maybe. All the bees.
And Matthew Ryan saying Jim Nantz should stay in the Masters. He's really good with golf. Tony,
we know about it.
No,
you want the song?
What else?
I know you got it's somewhere. You got to get it to page one.
The remix.
Page 1, page 2, page 3. Oh, dude, did you blow it? Yeah, I think you
didn't blow it.
It's right there.
Augusta National. Oh man,
friends.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to top last year's rendition, honestly.
Dude, so good.
Hopefully Tiger. You think Tiger's gonna be back, Riley?
Who knows? I mean, he played this weekend in that thing.
Oh, the virtual golf.
Yeah, no, he played like 18 holes with Homa, and they like.
Okay.
Did he do well?
I have no clue. He played like with his son. His swing got leaked on like Twitter, and everyone was like, "Oh, he's gonna be back." I don't know. If Tiger can play in the Masters at like 75%, he's gonna do it. That's just the person he
Looks
is.
like he's gonna open a bar with Justin Timberlake.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
That sounds awesome.
And they just did the New York one as well.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Ryan McNeil saying Jim Nantz's voice always accompanied by that funeral home music.
It does have a funeral-esque feel to it, dude.
I feel like it's Augusta though.
Yeah,
I want to go to Augusta. So
I mean, I'm sorry that that you think it's funeral.
It's mystic.
Yeah.
Matthew Ryan hyped.
It's crazy how long we just went on about
6 months.
We went out about the announcers.
Dude. It's a very important part of the game. People don't realize that.
Yeah,
especially when you're in media major. Like,
obviously, more so for us too. I mean, I look at broadcast. I look at games as a broadcaster.
Everything,
as from the cuts to the and again, it's funny because I'm sitting there with Jay, who doesn't really know anything that's going on anyway. But like
about anything,
anything. He doesn't even know what's happening.
The bong,
dude. Yeah, the bong, the shades. It's nighttime, Jay. But like there'll be like some blown graphic, like they would put up a graphic and realize like, hey, like play is started. They come off the graphic real quick, they bring it back up, and I'm like, there's some guy probably like cursing himself for doing that.
Yeah.
And
then Ryan McNeil asking, do you wish you had a broadcast option with no commentary? I mean, you do with the mute button, right? I mean,
you do. Yeah. But I don't. I really do appreciate it. I mean, it does really heighten the game. I hate people who like have a game on and are playing music in the background or have like something else going on. Or it's super low because they don't want to hear it.
But is it okay, Tony, if the music's like blaring, Pong, Friday night game on, or no? You're going out after.
I mean, I guess I would like a happy medium. I want to hear, especially if it's a good game and I'm interested in it. Like that is jacking me up while I'm playing Pong,
Yeah.
So it depends on the game.
Yeah.
Lonnie says, yes, you scream about football all day, Matt Ryan. LOL. And then Ryan McNeil says, not muted. Like, hear the hints, the crowd, the refs, just zero commentary.
It's tough. It's interesting.
That's so like no play-by-play, basically.
But they kind of guide things.
Yeah, but you gotta create your own story in that case.
I mean, if you ever like listen to the Pat McAfee versions of the broadcast, there's basically no broadcasting. It's just them bullshitting the whole time. So
it's a podcast while watching.
It's a podcast,
football.
literally, and they're dude, I can't stand that, dude.
Yeah,
let's put fucking McAfee in a black Giddy t-shirt on the sideline, standing for 3.5 hours.
I could do that gig
better than the Booger Mobile.
Anyone could do that gig. The Booger Mobile was kind of funny though.
The Booger Mobile was the
Pat
best.
McAfee is not funny, and I don't even know who he had.
Are you
with
a Pat
him,
McAfee
dude.
hater?
I
Yeah,
guess. Yeah. I really don't listen to his stuff a lot, but I just feel like every time I see anything of him, he's standing in the Guinea t-shirt and he's yelling at me. I'm just like, dude, you're not.
Yeah.
Like who even like you're a fucking punter, dude. Like,
Yeah.
and he tries to act all tough. It's like,
Yeah.
relax. Like you're fat now.
I mean, it probably has something to do with drinking, I would imagine.
Oh, the weight gain?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that leads to it 100% bloated water weight, alcohol weight,
Inflammation,
dude.
Yeah. And Jay saying the youth love Pat.
Wait, sorry. Jay say what?
No, it was a lot. Yeah,
Oh,
the
The
youth
youth love Pat McAfee. Yeah. Riley representing the youth here. Do you love Pat McAfee?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. My mother says, depends on how serious a fan you are. You guys are very serious. I can listen while I'm cooking and doing other housework. Yeah. And oh wow, Ryan Maker says, damn, Tony, going for McAfee's head.
I'm
LOL.
surprised Lonnie hasn't said anything because he's usually big on you, the critique, the
Yeah.
cameras.
Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't like Pat McAfee either.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
That's true.
I mean, dude, the guy isn't exactly likable, but he was a kicker he was punter for the Giants. Though.
No,
So-
no, the
The
Colts.
Colts. But
The
he was
Colts.
like-
He
I thought he was on
paid-
the Giants
Yeah,
for a
but he
little
was
bit.
like the
No.
coolest punter of all time.
Oh,
Tackling people.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool, I guess. Are you sure he wasn't on the Giants at all?
No, he was only on the Colts.
Damn, who am I thinking of?
Steve Weatherford,
Graham Gano.
No, and no. Colts.
Lawrence Tynes,
No, doesn't matter anymore.
Mike
dude. Just
Vanderjack.
Move on, dude. Vanderjack.
We could
on.
talk
Okay.
kickers
Eli
like for an
Manning?
hour if you guys
Really?
want.
Punters specifically.
And punters. Yes.
How do you feel about directional punting?
Oh, there was a great
No,
punt last
also-
night.
Honestly, how do you feel about like there's punters now? They call it a rugby style of
Yeah, when
punting,
they
Yeah.
run.
where they kind of hold the ball vertically and they take a few steps and kick it. How do you feel about that?
No, that's awesome. And I was going to say too, I think punting, I mean, kicking as well, but punting is like way above what it ever was. I mean, it's insane what these
Mhm.
guys can do.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's almost like the coach, like, yeah, I know I can make this field goal, but I'd rather just pin him at the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
And the guy just does it
So
with ease.
sick.
I will
dude.
say a good punt really could get me going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like that backspin at the
Yeah,
1
it
yard
gets-
line.
And I mean,
when
dude.
they go into the end zone, they tap it out.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that gets me
bang,
nice. Dude.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, imagine like being a quarterback and you're lined up in your own end zone. Like you got to be shaking
Well, we've
a
seen a
little
couple
bit,
safeties in the last couple weeks too
Yeah.
because of that.
2 by the Jets, honestly.
Yeah.
JETS.
A couple more comments here.
Um,
Yanni saying he doesn't really watch his show, so he doesn't really care. I only watched that episode. Aaron Rodgers said he was coming to the Jets, and I watched that one as well. Matthew Ryan said maybe they're trading away Harmon, and I believe it's Hardman,
Yeah.
Matt Ryan. But
For a competent QB.
Ryan
you're
Hardman.
silly, Matthew Ryan. And then he says, I'm not silly. Now, what if it was Hardman for Dobbs? I mean, that would be interesting.
Romeo.
That'd be a waste, dude.
No, Joshua.
Oh,
That would be a waste.
I mean, Arizona's supposedly going to move on from Kyler Murray,
Do you think
go for that number 1 pick.
damn, dude.
I
I mean, do you think Hardman like will bring like some solid juice? Like,
I just think
to get picks.
yeah.
I think
You don't think like honestly, if you can
in
go
season
out
you don't find.
and get a solid offensive lineman, like
no, your Hardman is like a 7th rounder.
damn,
But he's worth way more than that. But that's what he will go for.
that's what his
He
value is.
hasn't
'Cause he
played.
fucking-
There's skepticism. Why haven't they used him?
What if
We
they
just
just
don't
what if they
see-
just fucking play him for a game and then see what happens? Like,
Yeah,
why-
I
don't understand
want that.
like,
I don't want to
why-
get rid of him.
Yeah, why don't they just fucking? But like, I hate when players have such like command.
What is
Like,
he?
You're on
He
this fucking
disrespected
team,
Hack. I think
bro.
that's
I
what
don't
it
give a.
is.
Then you're fucking playing, dude.
WR3.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Hold on. Jay Bird follows up. You're a silly goose. Lonnie Barnes, you got some nerve correcting him with the name. Oh, you have some nerve correcting him with the name. Why, Lonnie? Let's take it easy, dude. Ryan McNeil also. People take a lot of shots at both of us today.
This could get ugly quick.
Tony can't be talking about McAfee's drinking when he said, "I woke up this morning ready to drink last month." That was a month ago, first of all, and yeah, that's
It's just a good attitude.
yeah. You know what, dude? Yeah, God forbid. I like to have fun.
That's a good one, though, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Out of pocket, but good.
Matthew Ryan, I think he will get a QB. That's what they are searching for. They're not searching for a QB, dude. Like, what are you talking about? Jay Bird says, migrate to Florida. Why don't you?
Yeah, I'm not sure about
to
that,
Matthew
but
Ryan?
Bernie is
Bernie
back.
in the building.
Morning fellas.
Talk
Rep the
about the
company.
drinking, dude.
Good to have Bernie with us. I know he's ready for the stove to get hot, and he's not paying attention to this nonsense that we call the MLB playoffs right now without the Yankees.
Oh, dude, come on. It's good. It's good
No, it's
time,
terrible.
dude. It's not terrible.
Great product last night.
Anyway,
What do you want to do now?
Anyway, also though, week 6 begins 2 days from today, Thursday. We will have the Broncos and the Chiefs. So good opportunity for Sean Payton, for Russell Wilson to get embarrassed on national television.
Love that, dude. Let's
Last
go.
time I checked, I believe the line was 10.5. And I think too the Broncos might have lost like 14 in a row to the Chiefs, if I'm not mistaken.
You serious?
At least 12 games. Yeah. I mean, it's been really lopsided. So that line is 10.5. It is in Kansas City, but that's one of those games. And I know like you think about like the Jets game, but we saw the Jets just beat the Broncos. I mean, I could see really Kansas City winning by 3 to 4 touchdowns.
Oh yeah, easily, dude.
Just in some other NFL news,
Oh, what do you got?
Justin Jefferson to the IR.
Oh,
IR,
dude.
yep.
So is A-Chain?
A-Chain
not to the IR yet.
yeah, but he's gonna miss a month.
No,
3 to 3 weeks, they say.
Oh, yeah.
So basically
a month.
Yeah, which is tough,
knee
dude.
injury.
Yeah. So all interesting stuff. And Bernie getting a kick out of Matthew Ryan there.
Don't laugh at him, Bernie.
But one thing I was just gonna mention before we switch here, because I didn't get to talk to Riley about this. Or actually, wait a second. I'm completely blanking
Riley was
out.
here yesterday.
Okay, never mind.
What are
Stupid.
we talking about?
No, nothing.
Nothing. no. Forget.
But Matthew Ryan saying, "Get Kirk Cousins."
Stop it, dude. He fucking sucks too.
No,
He's pretty good.
Come on, dude.
He's pretty good.
No, you know what it is? He would be
He
better.
blows it.
He is a better quarterback, but
He can't handle the pressure,
like
dude.
Riley. What do you think they would want, a 2?
For Kirk, yeah.
And then like
That's
we
not
can't
worth
do
it. You
that.
can't do that.
We actually don't even have our 2 this
It's
year
also-
because that
it's
just
just-
goes to the Packers.
And then next year you have Rodgers coming back anyway. Like, what
Yeah.
are you doing, dude?
But
I'd
Tony,
take
I
Kirk
think
on the
even
pass.
you will have to acknowledge. I mean, it just really depends how this season plays out. I mean,
Right.
they're going if Zach like doesn't take a step forward, they're gonna bring in someone else to be the backup next year because
Yeah, but
of what happened this season.
yeah,
I mean, that's case in point.
yeah.
Which is another
Um,
term I'm sure Jay likes. SATs,
Case in
all
point,
of that.
dude. Do you honestly think Rodgers comes back this season to
No.
play? Because he's not healthy enough, or because the Jets aren't in the playoffs?
So I would say more than likely they don't make the playoffs. But even if they do, I think they will just want to make sure he's healthy for next season.
Yeah.
It's like, and I know this is like so out of reach here, but it's like maybe like if it was for the AFC Championship game or the Super Bowl, but it's just
He's not going to bring him back just
tough
for
to
that. It's
think that they're going to
crazy.
get there.
But if they do get to the Super Bowl, they're not going to start Rodgers. There's no way for his
That-
first game back.
yeah.
I don't think he's coming back.
But I don't think to get to the Super Bowl though. That's bold. That's pretty.
I bet
bold.
Michael thinks that. Michael definitely thinks that, dude.
Josh Dobbs could take him there.
Stop it,
Dobbs
dude.
is interesting.
You're beating a dead horse,
Matthew Ryan.
dude. If they want to make the playoffs, get a complete upgrade for QB to
No, I
playoffs,
know.
dude.
I just hate now that it's like you're so behind the 8 ball with that you're kind of stuck. That's just what I think. Learning the
It doesn't
playbook.
matter. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Zach Wilson, dude. Zach Wilson.
I have to say though, I am fascinated to see how this whole situation goes with Gardner Minshew and the Colts. Richardson out the month. Like that's going to be interesting. Minshew might make himself some money.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
You like what Pittman does. Jonathan Taylor, going to be more involved this week. That's going to be interesting. Jets want Bailey Zappi for a third.
Question mark?
Yeah, take him.
I mean, it's better than Mac Jones.
I don't know. He came in. I thought he was. He came in the last 2 weeks when Mac Jones has been asked, and he's missed some throws that have been insane,
Yeah.
like wide open guys. He's not good either. We have no one good.
What's the deal with that? Are there just like a bunch of bad quarterbacks in the league right now?
We have Malik Cunningham. We should play him.
Malik Cunningham.
Malik Cunningham.
Jay Bird says Minshew is his distant cousin, by the way, and that is a fact.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
That's a fact. You have to have Jay. Jay maybe
Would he have
call
his Venmo? by chance?
No. They are like I think like his third cousin once removed or something. I don't know, dude. You have to ask Jay, but it is a fact, dude. It's been proven. You gotta ask him, dude.
Are you now take the replacing Zach aspect out of it? Let's just say, just generally speaking, Tony. Are you more after seeing a couple wins out of him, like more kind of a believer in Minshew, like not just about the Jets, but just in general as a quarterback in this league?
Yeah, I guess so. I have to take honestly, Brian. I have to take a closer look at him. But
yeah. Let's say he has 4 or 5 starts and they win 4 out of 5 or something. I mean,
yeah, that's impressive. Yeah. But I want to hear about his performance against the Texans. Okay, who did they play this past week? Someone not good.
Falcons.
The Falcons.
No, the Titans.
The Titans. That's right. The Titans, dude. Like
they did just beat down the Bengals though the week before the Titans
with Minshew.
No, but I'm saying, and then like they lost to the Colts. So I just think, listen.
You're saying the Titans beat down the Bengals?
Yes.
The Bengals also kind of weirdly iffy. Also,
yeah. Jay, a fan of Minshew mania.
He is a fan, and they're cousins of cousins.
I mean, I really mean this. I think Minshew, right situation, is good enough to get you to a Super Bowl. Honestly, it has to be a right situation. But like, I know, and it's so easy to use this example, but I think like if he was in San Francisco, for instance, I think they would be just as good. They wouldn't miss a beat. Honestly,
San Francisco that has the last pick of the draft.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously now I know it's a short sample size, but you're 10-0. You're 10-0. I mean, Purdy is of course considered.
It's honestly not even that small of a sample size. That's pretty like 10 regular season games. Like plus your postseason performance. Like it wasn't terrible. Like you had to get injured to.
Yeah. No, they're force.
It's fucking crazy.
With, of course,
like, I was telling Mike this yesterday. How the hell did all these teams pass up on Brock Purdy? Like, what?
He was not good in college. Like if you look up some
Iowa State,
if you watch a couple highlights, I saw it on Twitter the other day. It was like this was not the Brock Purdy we saw in Iowa State.
Really?
It's like a 50-second clip. It was just him throwing the worst interceptions you'd ever see.
That's crazy.
Turning the ball over at Iowa State too. So it's not like.
So you think it's
not
just
a powerhouse?
Just like the coaching staff and the.
I think in college football, it's easier to pick the dudes that are middle of the pack and a little good at these big schools than to pick kind of the guy that is average or a little above average at a school like Iowa State. So that's why he's probably overlooked a little bit. And like I said, he wasn't fantastic in college. So
it's crazy, dude, that he is so good now.
But in that offense, like you just got to give the players the ball. You just find ways. And also what slept on is take the players out of it in that offense. Kyle Shanahan has the best scheme in the NFL. Like he's an offensive genius.
And he's had, 2 off seasons. So they've, really sharpened up all of his, all of his skills. So
sharpened.
And Ryan McNeil, a fan of Minshew.
Yeah, says he could actually play next Ryan Fitzpatrick, but might be better.
I think he's definitely better.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick, it was kind of annoying, dude.
It was tough though, because it's like why at certain times, whether it was with the Dolphins or the Jets, he looked so good.
He looked untouchable.
Yeah, you never knew what you were gonna get.
You really didn't, dude. And it was one day he's coming.
Bills too.
Oh my god, dude, crazy.
And it is interesting too. I know we're getting ahead of ourselves here, but Richardson, he's been banged up a lot already. I mean, who's to say that like Minshew doesn't end up being the guy in Indianapolis?
Well, yeah, he's gonna be the starter for the next like 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So
and then if they do go 4-0, I mean, are they gonna?
The only thing that hurts him is maybe he starts the rest of this year or whatever. Anthony Richardson looked fantastic every time he played. So it's like if he gets a full offseason, I still think they come back. If anything, they have a quarterback battle. Anthony Richardson probably wins it and Minshew's back. But I don't know what contract Minshew's on. Is he on a 1 year?
1 year,
okay,
$3.5 million.
So, I mean, if he plays the rest of the year, he's going to be making some change.
And I do think, and I know linking it back to the Jets, but let's say the bottom falls out for Wilson the rest of the year. I could definitely see them bringing in Minshew after that because they're just so nervous about what happened this year. So,
how old is Minshew?
27.
Wow.
So
27.
Yeah. So all right in front of them, maybe a Nick Foles mid-career renaissance. Never know.
Yeah, even like a team like the Pats, you could say they don't tank well enough and get a guy like Caleb Williams and they're still a shitty team. They need a quarterback. They might throw some money at him.
Yeah. Yeah. He can move. He has an arm, and those numbers, I mean, for a guy that wasn't even considered as a starting option this offseason. I mean, that's 3-1 touchdowns, interceptions as a backup.
Yeah.
63% completion,
That's
7.1 yards an attempt. I mean, that's getting the ball down the field. So yeah, that's fascinating. But like I said, we'll get back on the gridiron on Thursday. But the time we have all been waiting for, let's go to the world of the National Hockey League.
Here he comes. McDavid shoots. Top shelf. He scores. Captain with the overtime winner. That's the middle break. It's a world-class hit right here. Tomsky stepping. Rink wide. Made the full split save.
Are you kidding me?
Turn. Side of the net. Between the legs and they score. Filthy. David Pastrnak. The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
All right. Like Brian just said, the time he can't wait for, but he left, so that's fine right now, dude.
You couldn't wait to the bathroom.
Wow, Matt Ryan with the "Let's Go Devils," he says.
Wow,
that's pretty interesting, Matt Ryan. We'll talk more about that in a little bit because we're gonna get into our divisional previews. I guess we should probably do that first, honestly, before we get into tonight's games, because there are 3 games tonight, dude. Should be pretty intense. Rangers don't play till Thursday, I guess. Right, you said Bruins play tomorrow.
We play tomorrow. We play Chicago on a back-to-back. Chicago has 2 games in a row. We play them tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Yeah. When you said that
Kinda
at first, I thought you were wrong because I was like, don't they play the Penguins?
Yeah.
Dude, did you see, like, to promote the game, they had, like, Bedard and Crosby sit down? Yeah, it was really
kind of awkward.
It was kind of fucking weird, dude.
He's like 18.
Yeah.
He got drafted he just turned 18, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And he gets drafted immediately.
36.
Yeah. And Crosby was like, how do you feel about your first game? He goes, I feel pretty good about it. Like that's what they did, dude. It was so weird.
Yeah, but also didn't Crosby on a commercial, he was talking to Bedard last night and he said, I'm always pumped up for opening night. Did he say that?
And they're also playing each other.
Yeah, that's what I mean. No, that's what we're talking about. Like how awkward it was that they sat down and they're playing each other tonight. And it's just like,
well, I don't think it's really awkward just because Bedard hasn't played in the NHL yet. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's not looking to talk smack to Sid.
Yeah, I know, but it just seemed like I don't know, Sydney seemed kind of tight, dude. I mean, honestly, I think we'll get into it. We preview our divisions and stuff, but I don't know. The Penguins, I don't know, man. I don't really have them going quite high.
I got another.
So I don't know, dude. What do you got?
I got another. Question for you guys to see if you can. And off air, just let everybody know. We were talking about favorites to win the Eastern Conference, and nobody saw it coming. But Carolina, the favorite at plus 420. But I was going to ask you guys, who do you think is favored in the Western Conference?
I would probably say Colorado.
What's your guys?
I mean, I would say Colorado. I would think it's going to be Vegas, though, just because they won it last year.
It could even be Dallas, honestly.
So it's tied between Colorado and Edmonton. So we know Tony is so.
Do you not like that? He did say today he doesn't really.
Yeah.
You're not a fan of that team.
I can't believe you don't think.
I love that team.
No. Everyone shut the fuck up. Okay.
He doesn't want McDavid on the Rangers. He doesn't. This guy does not want McDavid on the Rangers.
I'm not saying that. I mean, first of all, you have to give an arm and a leg to get him. An arm and a leg, possibly your entire body to get him.
Yeah.
He's second of all, dude. No one's
getting. Yeah, he's not leaving Edmonton. On top of that, dude. And then
what if they win 20 games this year?
He's still not going anywhere.
He's born to play.
What if Draisaitl punches?
He's the only reason they sell. But if they win 20 games, he's the only reason they sell tickets.
Yeah. Dude, it doesn't matter. They have the reason why they know is because they have the 2 best players in the league are on that team.
Yeah,
and they still find a way to fucking lose, dude. They've only won 1 year. Were they even successful in the playoffs? And that was last year.
Last year, they made
Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, they can.
Wait, did they go back to back, or was
no?
That
They didn't make it last
the year before they lost in the first round?
For second round, maybe.
Jay Woodcroft.
I mean,
the coaching staff.
They have depth on offense.
They do have depth. They picked up. Did they pick up Larson? No. They got rid of Oliver Ekman Larson, didn't they?
So Edmonton was in the conference final 2 years ago, lost in the second round to Vegas last season.
Okay, that's what we reversed it.
And then goaltending, obviously.
Goaltending, they're trying to get Jack Campbell in there again, and it's just not gonna. I mean, Stuart Skinner had to start most of the games,
but Campbell is the starter.
That's what they want.
Okay,
but he's fucking sucked, dude. He was trash. So it's like,
what? He's going to Maple Leafs.
He was in the Maple Leafs, right?
He was ass last year, yes. Maybe he could bounce back.
He could bounce back, but I still doubt their goaltending, and I still doubt their defense, especially when it comes into the postseason. Dude.
They don't really have. They have Cody Ceci and Darnell Nurse. Like,
Nurse is good, but
Nurse is good. Cody Ceci's offensive defenseman.
I could have sworn they had like another
Evander Kane.
Yeah, it's funny that you say Evander Kane. I was just looking up his
it's the projected lineup
stats, and because didn't he miss a lot of time last year with an injury?
He got that
because
he just skated over his wrist, dude. Yeah.
I think he's healthy now.
Evan Bouchard, I guess.
Also,
Vincent Descharnay.
Ooh,
interesting.
Leon was banged up in the playoffs, if I remember too. He had a broken ankle or something
like that.
The injuries are just unbelievable.
Oh, they did. That's who they brought in. Connor Brown, who I guess played with McDavid in the OHL. But Connor Brown has been in the league for years and has had 30-point seasons. You know, it's not I don't know what they expect. If that's really going to bolster their offense that much. Maybe a little bit because they put him on. They projecting him to be on the first line with Connor McDavid. But we'll see, dude. But yeah, what do you want to do, Brian? You want to take a division by?
We're take division by division. But one thing I want to do, and I don't want anybody to get tight at me. Let's just preface this by saying I really excited for the Rangers season. Let's go! Can't wait to watch the game on Thursday. But I want to ask Riley because I feel like he's an outside perspective here.
Okay.
And I think we kind of talked about this before, but I'm going to just kind of revisit it. I'm concerned that this year is going to be disappointing for the Rangers because I don't think they added enough in the offseason. I understand Laviolette, bringing him in, but I feel like they're too old, and it just kind of reminds me of what the Penguins and the Capitals have been going through the last couple of years. Do you feel like, Riley, that they have enough to be in contention to make a run in the Eastern Conference?
I think they definitely have enough. And if you see any good team, any team like the Bruins actually that had one of the best seasons ever, they had young guys that took a step. If you guys want to be good, you can't really say it preseason. We don't know because you need these young guys to take a step. Capo, he needs to be different than what he's been the last couple years. He had a sick goal in the preseason I just saw the other night. He was sick goal. But he needs to be different. Fox is the best defenseman in the NHL, in my opinion. Goaltender, Shesterkin, maybe needs to get back to what he was in the past. Last year, he's still very good last year, but maybe
not as good as 2 years
ago. A little bit of a down year.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you still got Kreider, you still got Zibanejad. With the NHL, the Bruins weren't that young last year.
Right.
You don't need to be super young, especially if you're going after a cup. They have Zibanejad. They have Kreider.
Yeah.
They have other guys. And I think Laviolette coming in changes the culture, changes everything.
For the better.
For the better.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the better. And, so I think they'll be fine. I mean, it's just, can players step up? You never know. And they're definitely going to be an interesting team to watch. And I'm excited to see them.
Yeah, dude, me too. And I know Matt Ryan, I know he said, let's go Devils. He pops up there with the Rangers sucks comment. And to answer, Brian's question and everything, I really do think they've added enough, honestly. Obviously Peter Laviolette getting brought in, a change of culture. That was definitely one of the biggest things that was a ridicule for the Rangers and for Chris Drury, the GM, for kind of how they dealt with Gallant, and how Gallant dealt with the team, how he dealt with constantly rotating lines, his answers to a lot of different, issues that came up in the postseason. I think Gerard Gallant, did a lot of things right. He got us there, but he did a lot of things wrong when it came to the postseason. I think Peter Laviolette is coming in here and he's fixing these things. And one of the biggest things I think that he's changing is really a strategy. Actually, he's expecting to play a much faster game, which I think will result with the Rangers getting more scoring opportunities, which they desperately needed. Looking at their playoffs, last season, I think what he's trying to focus on is using our centers more to move the puck and push the puck to certain parts of the ice, which we have great centers between Zibanejad, Vincent Trocheck is great too. Obviously Hedl too. We have great centers that can command the flow of the game. He's also switching his defense up. Gallant played more of his zone defense. Laviolette wants to play man-to-man. I think with the physicality and the speed that some of the defensemen have, we know, Riley mentioned Fox. Keandre Miller, I think, showcased his speed a lot last season. We know if Jacob Trouba is on somebody, I mean, they're going to be hurting by the end of the game. So I think that's great for defense. And then coming in, I think with that culture change, I think you do get a better season out of Igor, a little bit of you can call it a bounce back season if you want. Plus, Laviolette, as many coaches do when they come in, they surround themselves with guys who are familiar to them, familiar with their, I guess, strategy and culture they want to set. They brought in Nick Bonino, a veteran player at that.
He's like 40 now, I think.
He's like 35 years old. But he's, he played, I forget what
Stanley Cup winner.
It's obviously, he won the Stanley Cup. I think he was on the Predators when Laviolette was there
for a couple years.
And then they bring in Blake Wheeler, who's another veteran but a physical forward, dude. I think Laviolette will definitely work well with him. And they brought in, I thought, like a defenseman too. Eric Gustafsson, who was on the Caps when Laviolette coached there. So I mean, like they have people who can help the younger kids adapt and kind of grow in this system that Laviolette's playing. Not to mention, Riley mentioned your young guys performing. I mean, I understand Kako and Lafreniere have been kind of underwhelming for sure.
But you never know.
But listen, them two and Hedel, they had career highs in points last season. So they've been making steps in the right direction, and you would imagine that they're going to continue to do so this year. Maybe a little bit of a slow start from those guys because of the change of the system. But again, that's why Laviolette brought in those veteran players who know his system to help out those young guys. So I have a lot of high hopes for the Rangers. I think they made great moves. I think Chris Drury is a great GM, and I have a lot of confidence in this group of guys here.
Out of the three guys you mentioned, Kako, Lafreniere, and Hedel, who has the breakout year?
Man, it's tough not to go with Hedel. I don't know. My gut tells me Kako though. But obviously on paper with how Hedel's been playing, you would imagine Hedel. But again, I think there's glimpses last season of Kako just like looking like he understood where he needed to be, and he got opportunities to shoot pucks on the net.
Great shot.
So yeah, and he has that great shot. He has talent. So I would say Kako. Let's go with that, dude.
I was just looking up. I thought they would have like over-unders on wins, but it's just points. But for the Rangers, it's I think minus 500 to make the playoffs, which obviously or minus 600. But what I feel like there's some value
to make the playoffs.
Two teams, Blackhawks 7-1 to make the playoffs, and then Coyotes 5-1.
You fucking
which one?
I
think Coyotes. I think Coyotes.
Blackhawks.
Really?
Yeah.
Coyotes are always going to be bad, in my opinion.
What about Vejmelka?
He's a great goaltender, dude.
Yeah,
what about Phil Kessel?
They still playing. There's something about playing in a college rink still.
Arizona State University, dude. It's disgraceful.
But I'll tell you what.
Tell me what.
The Blackhawks. I love the Blackhawks. Half my family lives over there. But don't buy into their hype too much. Okay? Like they were still one of the worst teams in the league last year.
They were.
They have Bedard. They got guys like Taylor Hall and Nick Foligno. But if you're a betting man, don't get too hyped up on this team. I still like them. I think that they are a decent team, but I mean, don't put everything on this team to make the playoffs.
Yeah. But I mean, you throw what
Donato,
$100 to win.
They have
7.
Tyler Johnson too. That's crazy.
And you just hope Bedard goes crazy. 18 years old. What an opportunity.
I think he's if he's a lock for rookie of the year. I think Bedard has.
Yeah, I think he is.
Like a McDavid type rookie.
I mean, they say that he's better than McDavid.
He's small though. He's not that big.
Let's see what they have him listed as.
He's like 5'9".
It says 5'10", 185.
He's probably 5'9", 165.
Yeah, probably. I don't know if they're putting 20 pounds on him.
No, they do.
I don't know. Do they have a decent Corey Perry? I guess is good. Their defense, Perry.
They have Seth Jones, and that's about it. Connor Murphy and Seth Jones.
And then, I mean, Alex Vlasic, I guess, is pretty decent.
Yeah, Mrazek.
But goaltending, dude, I think that's going to be an issue, dude.
You don't think Mrazek? Was he on the Bruins?
No, he's been bouncing around for.
Where was he on Colorado? Where
I feel like
he's on the Hurricanes.
Oh, it was
the Hurricanes. That's what it was, dude. I don't know, dude. Career. Oh, this is last season stats: 894 save percentage, no shutouts, 3.66 goals against on average.
With an awful defense.
Too. Yeah, obviously, yeah.
I was thinking more and more about this. What I was kind of alluding to with the Rangers, and I guess I kind of, was just because I guess Hedel was pretty good last year, but Lafreniere and Kako specifically, just from where they were drafted, have been disappointed. But I think like what you were saying about a leap forward, if they are able to do that, I think that makes the world a difference.
Yeah.
I hope, imagine if all of them elevate their game to almost an all-star level.
Completely changes.
I just think, what do you think though? My thought process was, because we saw it last couple of postseason, when the going gets tough, I don't know if you could rely solely on like Zibanejad, Panarin, and Kreider to get those tough goals against a really quality opponent.
That's
late
where
in the
the
playoffs.
new coaching comes in.
That's where the new coaching comes in, and that's where you're going to see Artemi Panarin succeed this season. I'm telling you
how many
right
goals?
now, dude. 47.
Career high, I would think.
I don't know, actually.
But
it must be.
They traded for Trocheck during the season last year.
No,
right?
they signed him as a free agent. 9-year contract or something? 8-year
7
contract?
years, I
7
believe.
years.
7 years. So a guy like Trocheck
Love Trocheck.
and a guy like Blake Wheeler, wasn't signed for the regular season because we all know where the Rangers are going to end up.
Yeah.
What he does is he changes that team in the postseason.
Mhm.
And that's the biggest thing about this team or any of these good teams in the league. You know where they're going to end up. But playoff hockey is the most unpredictable playoffs at
It really is
any
ridiculous.
sport. So these teams try to mold themselves for the best playoff team.
Yeah, dude. And I like I said, like you said, yeah, that's really a big reason why Blake Wheeler was brought in here. And he's someone who you saw success. He had success with the Jets. He's a veteran player. I know like Brian gets a little, I guess tight that there's veteran players getting brought in, but it's like, look at how many players around the league that have a tremendous career at an older age.
Oh, yeah.
Look at like the impact St. Louis made when he's over the Rangers. Obviously Crosby now, Ovechkin now, Chara for the Bruins too was
Bergeron.
Yeah, like all these guys are so old. They're in their mid 30s and they're playing some great hockey. So it really, like, you really don't know exactly what you can still expect great things from these guys.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah. No, and like I said, I just hope they do. And I know the preseason, like any sport, you can't go too much by that. And I didn't like pay close attention to it, but from what I was hearing, Tony, and I don't know if you noticed much yourself, but like they didn't look too good in the preseason, the Rangers.
I honestly haven't caught a ton. I've mostly seen highlights of them doing well. So I don't know. Did they not?
We could just do a quick look. One other guy too that's important, Adam Fox.
Huge.
Yeah,
that's for
he's
sure.
Always going to be good.
Yeah.
25 too, which is nice.
Yeah, dude, you got him locked up too.
I was just gonna look preseason standings.
What do you got, dude?
No, I nothing. Was just looking for it. Maybe CBS Sports has something. It's not showing.
Let's see on standings. They're right in front of me, dude. No, or these are.
Oh yeah. Okay, what do we got? 1 and 5.
Yeah, 1 and 5. Dude.
Okay,
that's not good at all, huh?
2 points.
Let's see what they got going on here. Preseason. Do they not? Preseason. Lost to the Bruins 3-0. Beat the Islanders 4-2. Lost the Devils 3-2. I did watch that game. That's right. And then after that, lost to the Islanders, lost to the Devils, lost to the Bruins.
Yeah. So,
but obviously, you look at who they had in net. Even you had Quick twice, Domingue in there as well against the Devils, and Shesterkin on the first and last game. So, I don't know, dude. It's just preseason. You're trying a lot of different guys. I know a lot of guys that were up playing were from Hartford. So, and hey, dude, it's a new system for the Rangers. There's gonna be growing pains. All right, like that happens to any team.
Even the beginning of the season, I don't think you can take any.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Like it's the beginning of the season. Like there's gonna be growing pains. This is preseason where you're having growing pains with new players that end up going back down to Hartford anyway. So,
wonder why they have you guys playing on Thursday as your first game.
I know it's kind of beat
because all the hype is like tonight,
and they're in Buffalo too, I believe.
And you're a very hyped up team, big market. Like I feel like
you would think MSG, like let's go.
Yeah,
you know,
it would have been great if they just did Chicago Rangers at MSG. Bedard's first game.
Is it a nationally televised game Thursday or it's just on MSG?
It's probably not. What is it?
I think it's just MSG.
No, who are they playing?
The Sabres.
Sabres. are good.
I don't
this
think it's
year.
going to be like a hot, like a.
The Sabres
let's
didn't make
find
the
out.
playoffs, but they had a lot better. They
They're gonna
almost
be
Yeah,
good,
well,
right?
they have two incredibly young guys
They
in
locked up
Rasmus Dahlin,
Yeah.
and someone else, another defenseman.
what's
I
his
think
name?
I know. I forget his name. It's a cool name too. Owen Powers.
They also have
Owen
another
Powers.
Rookie of the Year candidate in their goalie, Devin Levi, who
Yeah.
I saw play actually at Northeastern.
Really?
They
Oh,
came and
but
played shoe, and he's really good.
Thompson, was that the guy who was
Tage
scored all-
Tage Thompson,
Tage
yeah.
Thompson. Okay.
And then Alex Took as well.
Tuck,
And it looks like this is just on MSG and then obviously ESPN Plus.
Yeah, yeah.
But so we were gonna mention, and we'll pick the 3 games. But before we do that, just taking a look at the divisions.
Yes, buddy.
Starting with the Atlantic, obviously we know about the Bruins' historic season that they had last
Oh,
year.
yeah, dude.
We've had a full off season to change here, so not everything the same, of course. And just kind of curious, who do you guys think is going to win the Eastern Conference Atlantic Division here?
So for me, I'm gonna say Atlantic Division goes to Toronto. In my opinion, I just think that especially with the rest of the teams, I feel like in this division, I was expecting Boston to take a little step down. Losing Bergeron and Krejci, two
Bergeron retired?
yeah, so did Krejci, and those are two veteran centers that were a lot of leadership for the team. And Tampa Bay too, with Vasilevsky
Out the
out
first
for a
2
couple
months.
months with his back surgery.
Gustafsson, might have a tough time holding down net.
I will think they're going to feel that for the first couple months, and then I just also think Tampa Bay another year older.
Mhm.
I don't know, dude. I mean, I think that
Canadiens?
Canadiens just not going to be that good. I don't think
Another
They-
losing season for Louis?
I do
Resigns
think so.
mid-season or no?
No, I don't think so. I think they're in a rebuild. They have a lot of young talent that's attached to this team right now that they want to build upon. And I think Montreal again, they're in a long rebuild. I think they want to buy into what St. Louis is doing there. Florida could be good too, for sure. I mean, obviously we know how hot they were in the playoffs and everything like that. They have a lot of talent too with Verhaeghe and Alexander Barkov, obviously Kachuk, and then their goaltender whose name is escaping me right now. Anyone?
For who?
For the Panthers.
Bobrovsky?
Yeah.
Bobrovsky.
Bobrovsky
Had a good postseason.
ridiculous postseason. Yeah. But still, but the regular season, I think in the length of the season, give me Toronto. I think Tavares has a big season for them for sure. We talked about, yes, right, Tyler Bertuzzi.
Mhm.
Getting acquired. He's a big body. I think he's a great wing. I've seen him play for Detroit and stuff. Max Domi, I think, is also another great pickup for them. Getting him, I want to say, from the Maple Leafs. Maybe not. Maybe somewhere else.
Blackhawks.
Blackhawks?
Yeah.
All right, Blackhawks. I think those are two good offensive, I think, additions. And then, obviously, Samsonov here is going to be good in net for them. And Joseph Wall was their guy that kind of, I guess, was an outlet. Kind of had an outbreak there.
Mhm.
So give me the Maple Leafs, dude.
You think they're going to miss Michael Bunting,
I do think so.
but still a lot of talent there.
But like I said, they brought in, Max Domi and Tyler Bertuzzi. Those are good. Those are good pickups.
Is it back-to-back for the Bruins, Riley?
It is. It is.
Oh,
I think the Bruins
come on,
win
dude.
it too. And it's very simple to me. It was the best team in the league last year, and it wasn't because of our offense. It was because of our defense. We still have the Vezina Trophy coming back. We have the best defensive core in the league. We added Kevin Shattenkirk on the back end too. He's not
Tony,
great.
the reference.
He's
yeah.
not great, but he's a third line defenseman who fills a hole.
Mhm.
Then on offense, we have more young guys coming in.
Yeah.
Charlie Coyle moves up because
Mhm.
we lose some guys. We brought in James Van Riemsdyk to really take that Nick Foligno role
Where'd he come
on the
from?
fourth line.
The Flyers.
Flyers, I believe, yeah. But it's also to the young guys. You're gonna get Fabian
Yeah.
Lysell is gonna come in, probably play a little bit. We've had some young guys playing on the preseason, and we
Mhm.
haven't been young in a while. So it
Yeah.
actually has me a little excited about what can these young guys do.
Pavel Zacha is good too.
Zacha, we
I
just
like him.
signed. Marchand and Pasternak are still there. Pasternak, the best goal scorer in the league, in my opinion,
Mhm.
still. So, I mean, the offense, we bring in Lucic on that fourth line, too. The offense, in my opinion,
I can't believe
is not
Milan
gonna
Lucic is
take-
back on the team.
that far of a step back because
Yeah.
Bergeron's a defensive center anyway. Krejci, we're going to lose that, but the offense may take a little step back. The defense is still going to be there. The goaltending's still going to be there. This is still going to be a very good team and a team that I think still wins the Atlantic Division.
Did you guys have Hampus
Hampus
Lindholm? Did you have
yeah.
him last season too?
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
He was a 100-point guy too.
Yeah, no,
That's
I mean
sick.
that team is loaded. I listen, I have to be honest. I was, before Tony said it, I was going to take Toronto, but I'm just feeling a little outlandish this
Fade,
morning.
Tony. What do you got? Buffalo?
I'm going to go with Buffalo. I'm going to say
Really?
Tage Thompson, league MVP.
I love that.
Yeah.
And let's go. I mean, we
I love
focused
that.
on Buffalo a lot
Yeah.
last year.
Dude,
They're on
the
the come
wings, the cheap tickets. Like,
Yes,
let's fucking go. I
yes.
want to go to a game.
We
It's
should
very
go to
good,
Buffalo.
dude.
Yeah.
We were saying that all last year,
Wings.
dude. We really were
Yes.
saying it.
Wings.
Wings, dude, so good.
Make
and
it
honestly,
a weekend.
Like, I have them as like a sleeper team. They at least get the wild card.
Yeah.
So, like, I think they're gonna do really well.
So yeah, give me Buffalo in a surprise.
Yeah, I like that.
But I think it's gonna be tightly contested between
Yeah,
them, Boston, and Toronto.
Mhm.
Maybe Tampa Bay makes a late season push. Metropolitan, is a very competitive division.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Rangers, the
Yes.
Islanders, the Hurricanes, the Penguins, the Devils. We know Matthew Ryan and Stacks won't shut up about the
East is gonna
Devils
be
going
Oh.
7-0 in the preseason.
We met Ryan and Stacks, dude.
So yeah, they need to meet for sure.
Yeah.
But it's tough. A lot of competition, Tony. Michael Bunting going to Hurricanes. That can't be understated. But all of that being said, I mean, Islanders improving as well. Who you picking? Metropolitan.
Metropolitan. I have much I hate to say it, I have the Hurricanes winning the Metropolitan Division. I mean,
Bunting.
the addition of Michael Bunting, the goaltending. I would imagine they're still rolling with 3 goaltenders, right?
Yeah.
Ranta,
Anderson,
and Kochnikov, whatever his name is, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if they project it. It just says Anderson and Ranta here, so that's interesting. But you look at this team, the addition of Bunting. We know, Svechnikov was obviously out for a little bit of the postseason. But I mean, you look at this team. I mean, they're kind of running it back. Obviously, like I said, the addition of Bunting is great. Seth Jarvis had a great season. Sebastian Aho had a great season. Kotkaniemi, right, was kind of a
Kochnikov, by the way, AHL, which is surprising.
Really,
yeah.
That is interesting.
Wrong move.
He's young though. He's young. He's got time. I like keeping Ranta Chokery. So,
by the way, I can't believe you missed this. He texted me yesterday. He commented. I didn't see it come through, but there were so many comments yesterday.
It was tough, dude. What did he say?
He was just talking about how bad the Patriots are, which obviously,
yeah.
we all saw that with the 34-0 loss. But I know he's excited for hockey season in Carolina. I think that's a good pick.
He should be, dude. Yeah, I mean, they're gonna be sick, dude. It's the same team. Like there's nothing wrong with this team. Like, it's crazy.
Dmitry Orlov they added.
Dmitry Orlov is great. You know how I feel about Brady Shea and Tony DeAngelo, and that's their third line defense. Like, their first line of Jacob Slavin and Brent Burns. I mean, ridiculous, dude. It really is kind of ridiculous.
Who do you see, Riley?
I think the Rangers are going to win this division. Kind of to the points that we said earlier. Like, I think this team is the perfect amount. I don't know if they're going to win the Stanley Cup, but when I think about this division, they have stars, they have veterans, they have young players that can break out, and they made signings that will help them in the long run. That's like the perfect combination. I think you get I keep saying bounce back here. Like, Shesterkin was still good last year. It's just he wasn't at what he was the year before. MSG is going to be rocking. I think they win. I think they barely win. So I think it's close, though. The Devils are on their heels. The Hurricanes are on their heels. It's going to be a very tight division, maybe even the Penguins. But I think the Rangers pull it out in the end run just because of their coaching.
And I think since we started this preview, you guys have got me to change my opinion here. I'm going to actually go with the Rangers as well. Laviolette, Tony, let's see it. The coaching.
Really?
The
You honestly
game plan.
believe?
I do believe that Gallant sucked. I actually do believe that.
Dude, there was some poor coaching decisions made. On top of the lack of offense, right? But
I will say it has to be Kakko or Lafreniere breaking out. I think they need that element.
They need
the
it.
mix with the veterans. So let's go Rangers. Let's win the Metropolitan.
Yeah.
On to the Western Conference Central Division. We were talking about Bedard and the Blackhawks, the Coyotes, the Avalanche, who have obviously been strong the last couple of years after a slow start last season. The Jets with a good year, the Blues, the Wild. So many different directions to go. Tony, what do you think?
So for the Central, I have Colorado, dude. So just coming into, in my opinion here, Alexander Georgiev had a great season. But, they struggled with some injuries. I mean, McKinnon was out for a long time during the season. And then
Landeskog didn't play last year, not going to play this year.
Yeah,
I don't know
which
how he's still
that-
going to play. After that.
holy shit, dude,
Yeah.
it's so tough. So McKinnon was out, and then someone out, maybe it was Rantanen. Oh no, it was Nishushkin
Mhm.
that was out for the playoffs as well. So they had a little bit of a problem with the injury bug. I really think like this team, we know they're going to be talented off rip, especially coming into the season. Besides Landeskog being out, they're going to be talented. We know about Kel McCarr, and even top to the bottom. I mean, Jonathan Drouin is great. Mikko Rantanen is great. Ryan Johansson too. That's awesome. So like he's kind of a veteran player too. Tomas Tatar, also another veteran player
From the Devils, right?
Yeah, he came over from the Devils.
Yep.
Had a career with the Red Wings mostly.
Mhm.
That's a good pickup for them. And yeah, dude. I mean, I just think that this is going to be a team where come trade deadline, they're going to need a piece or two to solidify the division. But they're certainly going to be good off rip.
What do you think, Riley?
I think the Dallas Stars are going to win the Central. You look at the pickups they made.
Wow.
Matt Duchene, a big pickup for them on
That
offense.
is.
They still have Jason Robertson. They still have Tyler Seguin. They still have Jamie Benn. The defense is lacking a little bit.
Mhm.
You still have guys like Ryan Sutter playing defense for you, a little veteran. A lot of young guys on defense. Issa Lindell, also another guy. But goaltending, they should be fine. And Jake Ottinger, the BU product, has been
Great.
fantastic for them.
Yeah,
Big
yeah.
line and that really good Scott Wedgwood backing him up. So I think this is a really good team. They had a playoff run last year for the first time in a while.
Mhm.
The fan base, they have a really good fan base. They seemed really into it last year. And I think the management felt that, went out and got a guy like Duchene. Their offense is going to put up loads of points.
Yeah.
And I think this team can compete with Colorado. I think them and Colorado are going to be neck and neck. Their head-to-head matchups are going to figure out who's going to win that division.
It's a good pick. I like that.
All right. So for me here, I'm going to go with Minnesota. They've
Wow,
been
the
consistent,
Wild.
over the last couple of years. And I think, you got Gustafsson and Marc-Andre Fleury as your goaltenders. And then we know about how good Kaprunov is. So I could see him having a really good season as well. Give me the Wild.
I like it, dude. That's a good pick.
Good pick.
One more division.
Yeah, one more division, which is the Pacific.
Who did I have written down for the Pacific? Oh, Vegas. That's my pick, dude.
That simple.
Yeah, it is very simple. I mean, I just feel like, obviously returning Cup champs here. And I honestly like watching the Golden Knights. I flicked in the regular season. Yeah, they were sneaky good. What was it? Their record was stand by 51-22-9. They won their division last season. Bruce Cassidy is a great coach. Former Bruin, great coach there. And again, they had that Aiden Hill stepped up huge in the postseason for them. And to have Aiden Hill, Logan Thompson in between your pipes, dude, that's going to be huge. And obviously, it spoke volumes, right? Last season. And then this is the type of team. It's the quickest team ever to enter a league and win the championship. I think this is their 7th year in the season, in the seventh
quickest,
season.
and I think in any sport, right?
Yeah, in any
Before
sport.
Major.
Yeah. And again, like Jack Eichel is also another player who he didn't have a full season last year.
Right. Yeah. Right.
So to get him like in stride come the postseason, because they will be in the postseason. And then Mark Stone's been great too. Brett Howden, Barbashev was crazy in the postseason. He had like 4 multi-goal games.
That pedigree from St. Louis,
unbelievable, dude. Yeah, dude. And of course, Jonathan Marchessault as well.
Carlson,
yeah, William Carlson. Not to confuse with the other Carlson,
who we kind of forgot about. That's joining the veterans in Pittsburgh,
which is really crazy, dude.
Yeah. But you think it's gonna be tough?
He had a tough season last year.
What do you mean?
Who?
No, Carlson. Remember,
Eric
he had
Carlson?
the breakout. We kept talking
He
about
won
it.
the Norris.
25.
Oh, did he really?
25 goals, 76 assists, 101 points.
Oh, no shit. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else.
Or are you thinking of William Carlson?
No, William Carlson had a good season.
So you don't remember Carlson like every day last year?
No, yeah, I do remember you saying that, but I thought maybe he was just in a slump or something. That's crazy.
Well, he came out hot.
Yeah.
Obviously finished with minus 26, but that was more just because the Sharks weren't any good.
Yeah, maybe that's what I was just confusing it with. But anyway, whatever I was saying.
Yeah, Vegas.
The
Yeah.
defense, McNabb,
Aiden
Petrangelo,
Hill.
White Cloud, Shea Theodore was also really good too. So yeah, give me them winning the division.
What do you think, Riley?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything Tony said. I think they are the best team in this division. I don't think they're going to win this division. I think Connor McDavid wins this division.
Stop it.
He's the best player in the world. He's the most dominant
I don't
athlete at any sport in the world. He's the best hockey player in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Draisaitl's there. If Campbell can figure out how to stop the puck this year, defense tightens up a little bit. Maybe some of their young guys come in. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins maybe does the same thing he always does.
Vander Kane, full season.
Hopefully.
This team, at worst, is maybe the 2 seed. Also, I think that division's slept on for being bad. I think Calgary's good. I think Seattle's going to be good again.
LA, the Kings are going to be good again too.
So
Like, are you fucking kidding me?
I think that division's good.
Yeah.
And I do think it's another situation where the head-to-head matches between Vegas and Edmonton are going to pretty much decide who's going to win that division.
Yeah.
So I got Edmonton.
I think Edmonton comes third.
And to piggyback off of that,
I've
I've been telling Tony how good Edmonton's been the last couple of years. Despite that little setback last year, I think they're coming out full force this year. You obviously talked about McDavid. He could have 70 goals this season. You never know.
150 points.
The fact that you have that with Draisaitl, the full season with Kane, Nugent Hopkins had a great year last year. And I think they can make it work with whether it's Skinner, whether it's Campbell. You don't need to be the all-star starting goalie. You just need to be, respectable. Kind of like, what you would say with the Jets, Dobbs possibly in the offense.
That's
same
so
type
ridiculous, dude. Oilers lose every season, dude.
Tony, they did go to the Western Conference Finals.
Sure, it's a step up, but I mean, they got lucky, dude. Honestly.
And Riley, before your time, there was a time I didn't I didn't follow hockey. And I was split between the Rangers and the Oilers.
Oh, you should have
picked
the Oilers.
But went with the Rangers due to the New York ties.
You can't go Edmonton. That'd be crazy.
But definitely, I definitely am a fan of McDavid and Draisaitl. I don't know why you're so tight, to be honest.
Because people get why doesn't McDavid or the Rangers? That would get me kind of tight. It's just not going to happen. And on top of it,
would
it's
be
just
Tony, but we would be like a dynasty.
Do you think so?
McDavid.
That's what the Oilers thought when they signed McDavid.
No, but I think the difference is our surrounding cast is better.
Yeah,
they are so top heavy that gets them.
They also signed him when they were
they were terrible.
6 straight losing seasons.
Yeah.
And now he's brought them to the Western Conference Finals. You can almost say that's almost like a crazy thing that he's done there.
It's good for him. It's good for him.
You hate Edmonton,
but that team is never going to win a cup. I guarantee it.
I guarantee in the next 4 years they win a cup.
All right, how much?
I would guarantee that as well.
Bet you a dinner at Merritt.
Deal.
Let's go, baby.
4
all right.
years. So
they can win it this year.
What do we got? Stanley Cup final matchup. Tony, matchup winner. What are we talking?
Matchup winner. Good call, dude. This is gonna be so tough, dude. It's really almost not even worth I guess. Oh gosh, dude. It's so funny. I saw this guy's prediction for NHL.com, and he said Rangers Kings in the Cup, and that just got me really happy.
Who said Rangers Kings?
Some guy from NHL Network. I was just reading up on breakdown stuff like that. But I would say probably the Avalanche versus Avalanche out of the West.
Toronto law of averages.
I mean, I want to go with my Rangers here, dude. That's what I want to
do. It.
I want to take give me Colorado and the Rangers. Georgiev tribute video. Rangers win. Yeah,
the disciple.
Yeah. But Georgiev says yes, the Rangers win. Georgiev is like, all right, you're the guy. Sturkin's like, yeah. I'll see you in a couple years.
Is Georgiev better though?
Georgiev, no.
He had a good year last year though.
He had a phenomenal year, stepping into that starting goaltending role for Colorado too. He had a phenomenal year, dude.
What do you got, Riley?
I got Stars, Bruins, and I think the Bruins make a massive trade at the trade deadline, and they're playing that with a star on their team.
So my series is gonna make Tony put his money where his mouth is, because he's saying, how the Edmonton's disappointing. McDavid.
You're going Oilers,
Rangers, and let's see the Rangers stop McDavid, win the cup. First
Oh,
time
you-
since
you mean a
94.
torture
Let's
chamber.
go.
I would be so excited if the Oilers made it out of the West.
That would be
Wait,
ridiculous.
imagine if the Oilers' first cup was against.
The
The
Rangers.
Rangers, but it's Brian almost wants it. Look at him over there. He's like Zach Wilson looks over
No,
there.
but tell
Yeah,
me,
yeah,
Tony.
but,
No, but that part aside, tell me that it wouldn't be an exciting series though.
It
A
wouldn't
lot of
be.
No, it
star
would be.
power.
Yes,
It'd be interesting.
We'd
to
be
see.
going.
It's all about lasting longer. And last one for you guys, MVP, Tony.
Of the league?
Yep.
Ooh,
First thought.
yeah.
McDavid.
Jason Robertson.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with Matthews.
Wow, dude.
All
Good-
those guys
that
are
was-
up there.
yeah.
Good
I know. It's
guys.
it's so tough to choose.
It is. It is. And then I guess while we're at it, we do have those 3 games tonight. If you guys want to give us your predictions, the first game is going to be between Tampa Bay at home against the Predators. Gustafsson in net there. Do we think that the Lightning can still win this one?
I don't think so, dude. Honestly, I want to say Nashville was a sneaky good team last year. And also, like, I don't know. I feel like, last year Tampa Bay got off to a pretty slow start as well. And you look at the lineup here for Nashville: Ryan O'Reilly, phenomenal player. We know about Philip Forsberg, Gustav Nyquist, and then their defense actually Roman Josi, like Luke Shen. They have Ryan McDonough. Like, let's fucking go.
Former
dude.
Ranger?
Former Ranger,
Lightning?
great, and Lightning. Yeah. So, he's great defenseman. So sad when he left
Good
the
dude.
Rangers. Great dude. Of course, Saros in between the pipes. Give me the Predators all day here. I think it could go a little ugly, honestly, for the Lightning. I say Nashville wins 4-1.
What do you think, Riley?
Preds for all the reasons that Tony just said.
Yeah, and I hate to piggyback off that, but I just
No,
think
you
the
don't.
backup tender, me and Tony studied Daily Faceoff religiously last year.
Yeah, dude.
So we know what that's all about. So yeah, I have to go with the Predators as well. I'm gonna call it 5-1. A little
Take the
shockwave
over.
going through the Lightning there.
Take the over. Really?
It's tempting. I think
I
that'll
said
be
4-1,
close. That'll be
so-
close. I said 5-1, so it'd be just under, but you never know.
we have 2 unders. though.
black-
Wait, what is it? I didn't.
6.5.
It's 6.5.
Take the
so-
under.
Yeah.
I thought it was
We
5.5.
have Sid the Kid versus the new kid and Connor
Oh, yeah.
Bedard here in Pittsburgh. Carlson's debut, Tony.
Now
Is there a
this
hat
is
trick
an
in
over.
store?
Yeah,
What do we got?
I think give me Penguins here. The team is veterans here, obviously. Bedard could be nervous. You never know, dude. And also, watching that commercial, to me, it seems like Crosby wants to make a statement.
Mhm.
And Crosby typically does. So I would say give me the Penguins here, shutting out the Blackhawks 3-0.
What do you think, Riley?
I think the Penguins mesh with Carlson is going to take a little bit to get going. I do think they score. I think this game has overwritten all over. This is going to be goals
Jari?
galore. Yeah, goals galore. Jari's
Really?
not that good. Goals
Oh,
galore.
Jari's not that good?
No. Goals galore.
He goes, no.
But
Goals galore in the butt.
the Blackhawks come in with the hype and win opening night this game. I like the Blackhawks.
I love that
Yeah.
pick. I'm gonna, echo those sentiments and think about the value you get doing Blackhawks money line
Maybe even
tonight.
Bedard
I know, it's
point.
crazy.
Bedard a point.
How about Bedard hat trick in his
Oh,
debut,
That'd be
game
crazy, dude.
winner
like Austin
Yeah.
Matthews.
Bet the mortgage.
in overtime?
Yeah,
Wow.
We're not gonna
In
lose the house this
overtime,
time. We're not
dude.
gonna lose the house this
That-
time.
That's crazy.
responsibly.
And we're gonna say 4-3 Blackhawks.
Yeah.
So last
Nice.
game,
Love it.
Kraken at the Knights, the
Crackheads.
tribute for the Stanley Cup, the banner going up, Tony.
Yeah.
Do the Knights defend home turf here?
Honestly, I totally love that this is on opening night here.
You're gonna say over? 10-3?
Ooh.
I would really like to.
First
dude.
half?
For at least one period, at
Okay.
least. I want to see the
What if it hooks
fucking
you?
the pregame stuff. If
What
it hooks
Like,
me in,
no, say it's like 2-2 up
Yeah.
and down action. You watching the second?
yeah, I got it. Dude.
Okay.
Yeah,
of course.
we
Dude. I'm
could see
sitting on the
that.
fucking couch. I'm watching this game. I'm hyped out actually for it. Just thinking about it right now. But give me the Knights. I think they're riled. Mrs. Buck over there with Jack Eichel has got him pretty pumped up. So I would say give me the Knights in a close one. I'm going to go to overtime for this one. Knights win 4-3.
What do you
Yeah,
got?
I
Riley?
think you see a lot where the opposing team comes in and spoils banner night.
Mhm.
I don't think in this situation that's going to
No.
happen. I think it's going to be rocking there, cracking our young team. Even though they did go to the playoffs last year,
Yeah.
and they have some veterans, but yeah, I think the Golden Knights get it done in a raucous environment.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
the house is going to be shaking, dude.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And this really is a great matchup too. The two, newest expansion teams. Like,
Yeah.
let's fucking go. By the way, look ahead spot for the Blackhawks. They play back-to-back tomorrow.
Yeah.
They get the Bruins, dude.
I love that we're getting them back.
How
to
about
back.
that, dude?
Oh,
Tough one, but good experience for Bedard. Get to meet all the
yeah.
vets.
The Bruins, I think, are home. Right? They go Pittsburgh and then they go Boston.
Yeah,
Yeah, right
Bruins
there.
Are
Wow,
home.
that-
Bruins are home.
That's
Yeah.
bad for
Back to
them.
a full slate tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna agree with you guys with the Golden Knights. I
Mhm.
think Eichel's ready to go, ready for that title defense.
Hell yeah, brother.
So give me the Knights. I'm gonna say 5-2 over the Kraken. So that's what we got opening
Do the
night.
Knights.
Good
Let's
to have
go with the
hockey back. Rangers Thursday.
Yeah, dude.
Let's
Couple,
go. And Josh B, a little nervous. Media outlets have my teams as their favorites to win championship. It never
Is that
happens.
like? Is he saying that like about us? Like we're the media
No, I
outlet
think
he's
you
talking about?
referenced the NHL Network guy.
Oh, okay.
Um,
yeah.
But Josh, we've talked about this many times.
Never happens.
The mush
Eddie Mush,
doesn't
dude.
exist. It's go win it on the ice.
Go,
That's
go
all I have
win
to
it.
say.
Go,
you
go,
know,
gadget,
gadget.
skis.
Matt
Ryan says Devils versus Stars, by the way, and he's saying no respect for the Devils.
think it's just
after
'cause
last
honestly,
No,
season.
no,
not-
I respect them.
I
Dude.
think they're good, but the fans are annoying, and not Matthew Ryan, but Stacks.
I
I
think-
think shut up about
Yeah.
it.
I
So
think you're-
I just hope they lose every game. Honestly,
I think your
Um,
defense is
dude.
severely lacking.
Yeah, a little bit.
And severely young. I mean, Luke Hughes, I think, can be really good.
And then
but
is
you never
Vanacek
know.
on his
Dougie
head?
Hamilton.
Dougie Hamilton.
is Vanacek in his
I
head?
know the whole Schmidt Vanacek swapping every other
Yeah,
game.
not
You know,
good.
like not good. But still, new season.
I think you guys are very good.
I mean, dude, their forwards. Tyler Toffoli. What a pickup from the Kings, dude. He had a stellar season for
He
them. It was Toffoli and like Kevin Fiala was the two I was looking at for the Kings. They pick up Toffoli. That's a huge get. Obviously, Dawson Mercer, an absolute stud. Matimo Meyer, you would expect to do better. Palat is a wonderful like third line veteran player. And Michael McLeod is great too.
Also, you're
Luke
not
Hughes?
finishing first. We're picking you to finish first.
Yeah.
Which one? That's what we were picking.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
finished
like
second.
relax, dude.
Yeah, and you don't need to
Take
win
it-
a Stanley Cup. To have
No,
a
we
good
saw
year.
the
You
Bruins
don't
last
need
year.
it, dude. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
exactly, dude. You're fine.
But yeah, I hope they crash and burn. To be honest,
Stacks is a little tough, dude. I remember like the first day I met him, he was trying to tell me that Lundqvist has never done anything.
no,
don't
you know, I
know,
swear to
dude.
God, I look at him and I go, why do you even bother saying these things to me? I just don't understand it. Oh,
And then
fuck out of here. Yeah, seriously.
Jay Bird says Tony could go 2 for 2 with the
Speaking
merit.
of the merit,
bets,
I really
dude.
could use
What
the
was it?
merit right now. I'm starving.
Oh, I go to the Merit. They
I
know
am
my name in there.
I
walk in.
dude.
They just give me my order.
Double chili cheeseburger with the works right now.
Woo!
Mozzarella sticks, broccoli cheddar bites, some fries.
Jalapeno poppers.
It's so tough because you can get anything. The mozzarella sticks are good.
You just wanted to say mozzarella.
Their mozzarella sticks are really good.
I spent so
Um,
much money there.
So, dude, you can drop like $30.
I have probably
so
not
easily,
been there
dude.
in
They're batting a vibe.
Probably like 7 years.
Really?
It's been a long
Really?
time.
I think
That's
I've been there 7
ridiculous,
times this month.
I was there. I want to say last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the last
What's
time.
the limit if I win the bet? What's the limit?
No,
what you
limit.
could
I just
get?
go nuts.
Black card.
I mean, if you really want to, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
All
dude.
the fried Oreos, and
Milkshake.
cheesecake, milkshake.
Jalapeno poppers,
They don't
fried
have
I
potatoes,
think
clam
they
chowder,
have
soft shell
lobster
crabs.
rolls too.
Dude, the
Lobster
soft
rolls?
shell crab,
Lobster
seasonal. The soft shell crab sandwich, low-key good.
Which sticks? I'm never here in the summer.
Yeah.
I'm usually home, so
I
I don't.
love
I don't
soft shell
get their
crab.
The
summer,
brutal dog.
The brutal dog, Jay
The thing is, I'm never
says.
fresh
to
when
the
I get
moon.
To
there.
the moon, brutal dog chicken sandwich and broccoli cheddar. Their
Oh.
Cajun grilled chicken sandwich,
Oh, gas.
so good,
Love
dude.
Steak and cheese out of hash brown.
Steak and cheese is good. Their breakfast is good, dude. You want a breakfast?
Tony doesn't like hash browns.
No free ads, but we're
I
really
do.
giving
Like,
no free
who said
ads.
that? Who said that?
I swear I thought you
No
said
free
you don't
ads.
like them on your egg and cheese. No.
No,
What?
I've never said that.
Really?
That's ridiculous.
So
I
do
always-
you?
Yes.
Have you-
Yes.
why
I
does
don't
it
know
seem-
why. I don't know why you think that, dude. I've never said that
They're
before.
thinking egg and cheese is good.
You can ask Michael. You can ask Michael. We've got the hash browns on the sandwich. I love the hash brown.
Oh
They have a
my
good bacon, egg, and cheese.
God,
Salt, pepper,
God.
ketchup, hot sauce.
Oh,
all
sounds so good, dude.
good stuff. We're all starving, but what an episode! I promise tomorrow we'll talk about baseball.
We're
It
skipping
doesn't
baseball
matter.
again, dude.
It doesn't.
Come on.
It really does not.
It was a
matter.
great game.
You know,
great
Dodgers
ending.
are in
Crazy
trouble.
games.
The
Zach
Mets are in
Wheeler,
crazy
the Phillies,
game.
the Braves,
Braves
dude.
back in it. All
Bryce
of that.
Harper
We
can't tag
know
off.
all
We
of
all
this.
know.
We know all
We
of
lost.
this. Everybody has a computer. Everybody has their
The
phone.
battle of the
We
managers,
know
the
what
new and the old
scores
managers,
are.
dude.
The managers.
Snicker. They kept cutting the Snicker. in the
Acuna,
game,
that's
dude.
going
Oh,
bases.
Bruce
Everybody
Bochy,
knows.
Hot
Robbie
stove,
Thompson,
baby, hot
dude.
stove. But once again, would like to thank everybody for tuning in today, continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page. Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay in costume. The merch at downtimetv.com. Why everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.